everybody, my name is Kazm Vulfhart, aka King Kazm, whatever you want to call me, and welcome back to Pokémon Scarlet, the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero DLC. I am a wee bit tired. I have stayed up way too much. So we might be getting Loopy Kazm today. Loopy? I don't know. My brain doesn't want to work right now. Because it's sleep deprived. Remember, sleep is very important. I'm looking at the Geodude Saw's book. Ridiculous and Tentacruel. I've come to appreciate the older design, the first gen's designs. They're really fun. And I genuinely think it's these games that... Give me a second. Apologize, my dog decided he was going to bark at nothing. It probably wasn't nothing. He probably heard a sound outside that spooked him and he didn't like it. And he's just like warning me, but like... Hello? A new interaction, you say? Interesting. Oh, she's an artist. I didn't know that. It's good to see that they are friendly. They're friendly friends. Call a special coach. We'd like to call Larry. 200. I thought it was 150. Larry! Hello, I'm here on behalf of Paldea Region's Pokemon League. It's a pleasure doing business with you. Hello, Larry! It said you can also request 2 coaches, right? So I'm gonna request a Kofu. It's so expensive. And his face looks like frosting. It's neat that it's so. Sorry, my left arm is kind of shot right now. It's interesting that how they had the entrance. Come on. You moved. What is the problem? No, I didn't actually. Kiki probably. Interesting interactions. I do need to go ahead and catch the legendary, or the lousy 3. The legendary 3. Oh god. Schedules are interesting. It's dependent on what it is. For some trivial stuff, so, okay, this is going to be weird to say. Stuff like school reports, the way I see it, so long as it's turned in by the end of the day, as in, like, before everybody leaves, including the teachers and you, it should be acceptable. Unless the teacher specifically says turn it in at the beginning of class. But, like, I can talk to you. We've been flying a lot. Yeah, probably. Animal testing? Animal cruelty? Huh. I kind of figured that, but... yeah, nobody told me. Drayton? Oh, that was nice of you. But yeah, if, like, the teacher is strictly just the foodie I wanted to see, I needed your input on something. Ooh. No, Larry, you are a foodie. Pick your brains about some ideas of a new dish from my restaurant. Warn against anything gimmicky, since that would only work in the short term. You'd be better off maintaining a high quality of the dishes you already have. The high quality. But if I must suggest something, I noticed that the Kofu Lounge lacks options for dessert. Vamos! It's always good to get advice outside of your normal circle. Larry! No, it's because you're an awesome dude and I like hanging out. Yay, he's relaxing! Castelia cones, that's right, I forgot Gen 5 had Castelia cones. They couldn't do anything, really. They were like Slowpoke tails. They were just a thing. I like Castelia cones. When do I battle you? Yes. Yay, let's battle! Are we battling in the main entranceway? I would assume so. Yep. So this is how I'm supposed to be able to get to Gita. I have to do some stuff like... oh my goodness! Talk about an upgrade. Ah, defense. And now you're burned. Ha ha ha! Yeah! I will fire fang you. Even though I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be a special target. That's a grass type attack. Why are you hitting me with a grass type attack? You're boosting your speed, I see. Is my gouging fire? I can't remember if my gouging fire's... I think he's physical. Burn. A burn. A blocked. Oh, that's bad. Oh, so you got Tauros. Is this a normal Tauros? I think it's a normal Tauros. He does have a normal. No. I didn't want to do that. Oh no. I actually wanted to do Burning Bullet. Oh, never mind. Worked out in the end. I wanted to get the burn off, but fine. That works. That definitely works. So I learned something recently through my comments, my lovely, lovely comments. I love every single one of you. That some of the reason that some of these moves aren't triggering certain things, Earthquake being an example, not triggering Rocky Helmet, and a few other things. I think I've actually talked about this before, but I can't fully remember because I'm sleep deprived. They reminded me that even though it is a physical attack, it is not a physical attack. Like, it's a ranged physical attack. Like, for an example, to give a proper RPG example, an arrow and a sword both do physical damage, but magic does, like a spell does magical damage. So that's what special attacks are. Is that they're magic, whereas, technically speaking, you can separate Altaria. You can separate physical attacks in Pokemon between a range type and a physical or a melee type. And the melee types are the ones that trigger the Rocky Helmet. And that is why when somebody used Earthquake, which is a technically ranged AoE physical attack, it didn't trigger the bear with me, I'm trying to keep my thoughts together. It didn't trigger the Rocky Helmet because it didn't make physical contact. And I'm aware I'm repeating myself, but look. Cut me some slack, I'm half asleep. Oh, thunderclap. Aha, you died. It looks so surprised when it dies. It's like, oh, I died! Oh, I'm learning a new move. Body press. No, because you're a ranged attack. You're a special attacker. The Dunsparce. Ooh, yeah, no, we're switching it. Wait, Flamigo's flying and fighting, isn't it? Why does he have a Flamigo on his team? Is it a mix between normal and flying? I bet it. I think it is because Altaria was a dragon. That just now, like. Like that just now, like, clicked in my head. I like that statement. I'll see through the end, except if overtime's a thing. No, my attack's up. Nothing wrong with playing simple. Let's keep things normal. That is interesting. Since Larry is technically both a gym leader and an Elite Four member, it's interesting that he uses flying types in what is supposed to be his normal type team. I wonder if anybody else in the gym leader group will make that kind of change. We'll find out with Kofu anyways. I think I just need to battle everybody once it's available. Great way to make money too, actually. Just bully the crap out of the same gym leader over and over again that you can just destroy. Kofu's like, that was something! I'm on some shit right now! I'm sorry, what? I get Herba Mystica for that? Or rephrase, I can get Herba Mystica for that. Okay, so I get a free heal afterwards. So, does that change anything? So, we're gonna look at... We're doing experiments. One battle, does that change anything? Doesn't look like it. And... none of you... I do need to make this. Which I'll do. People talk like me in real life. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so BP and materials, which I just sold a lot of materials in this game, I think. What can I make out of this? Oh! Oh! This is neat. So I don't have a say in what I make. Okay. Is it like a gacha machine? I want to go to Japan and play this. Okay, so I made an item. What's the item? A love suite. Okay, so that's what that does. Now what was that other option? Okay, so I can do more print jobs. And what that'll do is that'll give data to them to increase it. Okay, that's good to know. Alright, Kofu, let's fight. Excuse me. Right, talk first, then fight. I'm smart. I am on guy out. Smack. Ow. Rude. No, I missed. Ow. See, so something I want to touch on a little bit. If you've all played regular Pokemon Stadium, the first game, you'll know what I'm about to talk about. Ooh, Feraligatr. I love Feraligatr. So the original Pokemon Stadium, this has to do with missing, by the way, the Pokemon missing attacks. Original Pokemon Stadium had it where you would use your move, you would see your Pokemon use its move, and then you would find out afterwards whether or not you missed or hit. In these games, it's now a case of, oh, well, there's a pause if you miss. But if you don't miss, it'll pretty much hit almost immediately. Maybe have like a little animation beforehand. And I kind of like Pokemon Stadium's way of doing it better. Just because it feels more satisfying. Like, oh no, there's no guarantee I'm going to win this. I need to use this move that's a 50-50 hit. Am I going to hit it? Am I going to not? And then it's just so satisfying to be like, oh yes, I hit it. Poacher is fast. Oh my god, he does! So I was wondering for the longest time if what's his name? Raging Bolt's mane would flare out from around its mouth, and it does. And I'm happy about that. It's good to know. Also, when the rain stopped, I just now noticed it. It's so cool. I want to see what its mouth looks like. Crabimitable. So his team's pretty much the same. But he adds a Feraligatr, which is nice. Is it a 6 Pokemon team? Yeah, it is. Thunderclap. By the way, this guy has been doing nothing but trying to attack. Because the only reason Thunderclap is working is because he's attacking with a physical attack. Or not physical attack. Actual damaging move. If he wasn't, it would be failing and not doing any damage. Oh, that's bad. Oh, it's dead. So... this raises some interesting questions. Dragon Pulse. I'm wondering a few things. So number one, Larry's obviously the outlier here. Or we can theorize that Larry is the outlier because he is both a gym leader and an Elite Four member. It's also can be safely assumed that everybody involved in these trainer things, or these mentor thing, whatever they are, it's safe to assume that they are going to have at least one Pokemon in the, or from the terrarium. Spicy. This is good. I like that. Like, it's safe to say that. You know, with the time we have left, we're going to do some barbecues. Can't fly inside? What are you talking about? That's not how physics works. That's not how my physics works. But, we can assume they're going to have at least one Pokemon from the terrarium. Larry had a Tauros. And Tofu had Feraligatr. Catch a Pokemon, sneak up on Mango Tofu. So we can kind of figure out and guess who would get what. Where's the TM machine again? I think the center point. Actually, I'm trying to think about what Grusha would get. I think Rhyme would get Golurk. Because at the moment, that's the only ghost type that's coming to my brain. I forgot to mute my phone. How smart am I? Actually, there is a legitimate reason this time. It's also the same reason why I'm, like, haven't fallen asleep yet. Defeat 10 wild Pokemon and all that. That's... Grusha's gonna be difficult to guess because there's a lot of ice types. It might end up being a Lapras, to be honest. But that's just a guess. Have fun, big guy. Go nuts. Honestly, what's his name? Crap. Starts with a B. It's the grass type gym leader. I'm gonna call him Bristle. Bristle will probably use Sawsbuck, to be honest. Like, I feel like that would probably fit his aesthetic more. I'm not doing any shiny hunting today, by the way. Although, knowing my luck, that would be today would be the day where it works. For the bug-type gym leader, I have no idea what she would have. Because there's Dupider, who's a great choice for any bug-type team. Just because it doesn't shut down, but, like, it makes fire and rock types less of a problem. Just by existing. The Augerite. Fight me! And by fight me, I mean fight my Pokemon. Whoa, I'm so sad I can't evolve you into a Cleavor. I would love to. I want a shiny Scyther and everything. Anyways. There's also Joltik too. We're also operating under the assumption that she's only going to have Pokemon. They're only going to have Pokemon from the terrarium and not from Kitakami. Three is electric. Okay, more battling. Got it. What would electric have? It might be a Golem, to be honest. If it's not a Golem, it might be a... No, Dynamo's main game, isn't it? It might be a Golem. A Alolan Golem. Can't really think of... Oh, it might... Well, no, Magnemite's main game anyways. It might finally be a Magnezone! That'd be great. I'd enjoy that. I'm not even joking. Like, I know I sound sarcastic. I'm being serious. I would enjoy it if she actually had a Magnezone, considering her freaking gimmick as Magnemites on her head. Like, that's one of those cheating things, like what we have with a Cobalion and Miraidon and Koraidon. Not Cobalion. Cobalion's something different. But no, there are many trainers who cheat and have more than 6 Pokemon because they say, I don't use the Pokemon that I hang out with to battle. You know, like what we're doing with Koraidon. And then there's everybody with a Rotom phone. Because that is a Rotom. Rotom phones are powered by Rotom. Everybody has a Pokemon in their pocket. They just don't realize it. Actually, she might have an Electivire, now that I think about it. It would make sense. Because Electivire and Magmortar... Well, actually, Electabuzz and Magmar have been a staple of... Or not a staple, but they have been a pair for the longest time. Don't know why they're a pair, but they are a pair. They actually used to be a trio with Jinx, but Jinx got left behind after Gen 2. Gen 4, technically. Because it started off with... What am I missing? So I just need to sneak up on a Pokemon. I snuck up on a Pokemon. But Jinx, Magmar, and Electabuzz all used to be a trio. Because they were hard to get Pokemon in 3 separate areas of Gen 1. Then they each got their own little baby Pokemon in the form of Smoochum for Jinx, Elekid for Electabuzz, and Magby for Magmar. But then, Gen 4 rolls around, Magmar and Electabuzz both got evolutions, but Jinx did not. And I think part of the issue was that there was that controversy with Jinx in the beginning, because they thought that she had... Or it wasn't... I don't know if anybody actually did think it, but because of the color of the sprite and because of the color of the body, it basically did look somewhat like blackface. Which, for obvious reasons, is insensitive. But, like... From my... when I originally looked at it, but then again, this is because I was a child and I didn't really understand race relations all that well. I didn't really see Jinx as being a blackface thing and being offensive, but other people probably did, and that's fine. Well, I mean, it's not fine that they were offended. Offense sucks. It's fine to be offended because it's not actually going to kill you, but, like, I understand it. It's bad. It's annoying to be offended. It's a gross feeling. I'm personally offended by one of my own videos. But, I haven't done the math yet, so I have no idea how many points I need. Technically speaking, early Pokemon was a lot of controversy, but, like, for so many different reasons. There was the Lavender City, or Lavender Town, fiasco for Japan. I think it was Japan only. Because there was an underlying tone in the Lavender Town melody that would drive people insane to the point of self-harm to the extreme, we'll put it that way. Mainly because I don't want to get, like, hit by YouTube's algorithm being a pain in the butt. There was the Porygon episode that never aired over here in America, but it did air almost everywhere else. Because that was removed because that was giving people seizures. Which, you know, fair. I've seen clips of it. There's a lot of flashing lights and stuff like that. And it was bad. Bad. So it's understandable why they would remove that from, at the time, mainstream cable TV. But then you have the infamous gun episode. So, Pokemon, as you know, doesn't really have a whole lot of guns and stuff. Their technology is more peaceful. The thing is, early Pokemon, it was in that vein of classic anime where there's always at least one character who's in law enforcement who uses a gun or something like that. It wasn't too unorthodox for characters of a children's show to have a gun, because back then, back in like the 90s, gun violence, while still being a thing, wasn't exactly like as talked about now as it is now. It was talked about, but just not to the extent that we have it today. And so Ash Ketchum, the main character of the series, he basically gets threatened at gunpoint by a sheriff because the sheriff thinks he's a rustler. But that episode was very obviously removed from American viewership because of the fact that it had a gun. Personally speaking, I think it's kind of stupid because it is actually somewhat of a double standard that I've noticed, because I saw a video recently on YouTube. I'm not joking about this. It was on YouTube where the video was marked as being for kids only, or it was that weird advertisement of YouTube for kids, and because of how the video was set up, it was very much clearly a video that was meant to be on for kids. Or at least that's what YouTube thinks. I shit you not. The villain of the series creates a shotgun, very obviously a shotgun, points it at the hero's head with the intent of shooting him and killing him. Like, that is what the video was about. Actually, to fully clarify what it is, it's one of the old Justice League Unlimited videos that came out around the 2000s, and it was about the Flash beating up Brainiac's fused Lex Luthor. But, like, within the first minute of it, it has Lex creating a gun, pointing it at the Flash's head, and threatening to shoot him. It wasn't even really a threat. He had every intent to do it, but something happened that caused him to not do it. And that gave the Flash the opportunity to basically speed blitz the ever-loving fuck out of him. But because of that, and because of how the video was portrayed, it was portrayed as if it was YouTube saying, we endorse this video for kids, even though they don't really like it when you put guns and stuff in videos. Like, they'll crack down on certain videos if they think you have a real gun or something like that. That's why you'll see a lot of TikToks and a lot of YouTube shorts have fake gun as subtitles in the video. But going back to the original topic of Pokemon, that video with Ash having a gun pointed to his head. Granted, yes, that is a 10-year-old child having a gun pointed directly at his head and being threatened, so it's a lot more understandable than if, like, say, Lex Luthor points a shotgun at Flash. That's why it was removed. Then we have the infamous... What episode was it? There was another episode that was removed. I have one in my head, but it is definitely not... It's the one where James cross-dresses, because, like, that's... He's one of the bad guys in the series, but he cross-dresses as a woman, but he uses, like, very realistic-looking breast forms. That aired in Japan, but that did not air over here in America because... Well, he grabs them. Like, inappropriately grabs them. Like, it isn't even about a guy cross-dressing. It's literally, he's just legitimately grabbing them. In a semi-provocative way. So it's understandable why that did not air for a children's show. There was one other episode that I'm just drawing a blank on that was removed from... Oh! Okay, I remember now. Okay, so... I actually have this one on VHS. And my dumbass didn't realize the issue about it until literally, like, it became back on the air. And when I say back on the air, like, it became distributed again. Not distributed, but, like, available to Americans. For those of you that don't remember or don't know, around... What year was it? Oh no, I'm drawing a blank. This was back when I was in my, like... I think it was back when I was not even 10 years old. Basically, 9/11 happened. World Trade Center got demolished, destroyed by angry people. War happened because of it. Just a lot of bad stuff. Before that, though, I can't remember how long before, but I don't think it was very long before that. A Pokemon episode aired, or maybe the Pokemon episode... No, the Pokemon episode aired before. A Pokemon episode aired where basically Tentacruel and a bunch of Tentacool, and by the way, this Tentacruel was like kaiju size, really big. It was like Dynamaxing before Dynamaxing was a thing. Basically because of, I think it was because of pollution and stuff like that. Ironic because it's a poison type. They basically attacked a oceanside city, absolutely demolished it, and it basically, I think the premise of it all was the reason it was removed from American viewership is because, I think that actually might have been removed from other viewership too, is because it would have, it was mostly out of respect, because they didn't want to rub salt in a wound because of a kid's movie, or kid's TV show. Like, they didn't want us thinking that, oh, this is us taking a jab at them for suffering from 9/11, blah, blah, blah. Because when you really break it down and think about it, there is a decent amount of, like, care between countries in certain positions. The issue is when those positions aren't decision-making. Walmart's a big example. There is literally very little to no care with any decision made involving Walmart. Every decision that Walmart makes is literally for the ease of the company, and any benefit to the employees or customers is just a happy accident. And I know that there's going to be people, like, either in my comments or directly talking to me, and they're going to say, oh, well, that's not true. Why would they do this? Okay, think about it from a business perspective. Yes, making a customer happy is a great way to make money, keep them coming back. But if what makes them happy isn't efficient for the bottom dollar, no, they're not going to care. The order is bottom dollar customers. Actually, technically speaking, it's bottom dollar higher ups customers, and then employees if they care, but they don't. And it sucks. It's stupid. It should be the employees and customers first, then the bottom dollar, and then the higher ups. Because for those of you that don't know, who are my American viewers. Companies don't work the way they do in other countries, like they do here. If a company loses money for a fiscal year, what happens is that the higher-ups, like the CEO, will take a pay cut to recoup the losses in Japan. At least I read about that like 5-ish years ago. That might have changed. If it has changed, please let me know in the comments. If I'm right, please let me know in the comments. That'd be great. But yeah, most businesses, while there are plenty of businesses that do work similarly in other countries, most businesses do not work like Walmart and do not work like Amazon. And there are even stricter rules in place to ensure that employees don't basically get worked to death working 6 hours or 6 days a week because oh, we're low on manpower, but we don't want to hire anybody. So, like, America's not a bad country, but, like, somewhere along the lines, we really screwed up. I have been decimating the population over here for no reason other than to get parts. Because I actually do want to spam the item maker a little bit and see what all I can get out of it. And the best way to do that is just get stuff. Maybe get some experience out of it too. But, yeah, no. I don't like... The parts of America that I don't like, even though I live in America, is literally just the corporations and how they can get away with stuff. And a lot of that has to do with politics and stuff like that. Lobbyists, it's just absolute garbage, and, like, nobody should be allowed to do it, but, like... We are allowed to do it because when you really think about it, all America is just a bunch of grown-ass children making up rules to a game that they started playing, like, 100-odd years ago. Actually, technically speaking, at this point, it's probably more closer to, like, 500-odd years ago. But, like, eventually, it's a level of immaturity, despite the fact that we're run by a lot of people who are supposedly mature. And, like, that's not really a dig, that's just an observation, because when you think about it, the bigger on a scale a thing is, the longer it takes for the maturity to actually show itself. So as an example, the human race has been around for what? Almost several million years, maybe billion years. We've been around for a very, very long time, but we're now only just now figuring out, like, how our brains work and stuff like that. And I say just now, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, compared to how long we've been on this earth to how our technological and medical advances have progressed, the time that our progress has been made is so freaking small compared to how long we've been on this planet. And to be honest, that is our race getting... I shouldn't say race, I should say species, because we are technically a species. We are animals, people! We are Homo sapien. I think it's Homo sapien sapien? Anyways, our species has matured by leaps and bounds, but we still have, in my opinion, a long way to go. Because when you think about it, the other species on our planet, you know, like ants, dogs, all that stuff, well, not dogs specifically, but like wolves, alligators, they've figured their shit out a long fucking time ago. And while technically speaking, they're not achieving a level of sapience that we are, they are very well aware of their world, and they've basically, like, figured their lives out for the most part, because they don't have sapience to hold them back for the most part. Honestly, that is kind of what's slowing us down, is our sapience. Not a bad thing. Because us figuring out, like, what's good, what's bad, what's all that stuff is really important for evolutionary... Well, not really evolutionary, but is really important for our survival as a species now. Because eventually we will get... it'll be a long while. But we'll get to the point where we don't care about racism, we don't care about politics, we don't care about religion, because technically speaking, that stuff will be... How do I want to... It'll be like our first building blocks, comparing it to Legos. Like, we'll look back on it and we'll be like, wow, we were really rudimentary. We were really stupid. Well, that's part of growth, that's part of getting better Once again, I don't think it's going to happen, at least not in my lifetime. Oh, Litten. But I do think it will happen. It just will take several generations. It'd be nice. Oh my god, I'm sick and tired of hearing about it on the news. I miss when the news was just like, this dog did something cute and stupid. More at 11. Now it's just like pain, torment, suffering. Here's reasons why you should hate the human race. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting on the internet like, please give me a reason to like the human race. I'd like to help it. I'd like to do my part to help it. Can I start a petition to say species instead of race for humans? Please? Because when you think about it, it gets very confusing. Because we have two different definitions. Granted, that's the entirety of most languages anyways, especially English language. We have two definitions for race. Three definitions for race. We have the event where people are competing against each other to reach a goal. That is a race. We have race as in, it's technically supposed to be species, because when we say human race, we're technically saying human species. But that actually, if I remember correctly, is supposed to be the proper use of the word race when not talking about the competition. Race as it is now is something that we as humans made up to properly describe somebody with a different color, or technically everybody with different skin colors. Asian is a race. African American is a race. African is a race. Asian is a race. Asian American's a race. It's that kind of thing. Technically speaking, Caucasian. I don't know. Anyways, I've talked long enough. I've yacked y'all's ears off. I'm gonna call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That means more content like this in the future. And if you come back on the regular and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free. It helps out a ton. I'm greatly appreciative of it. And if you could share this video with your friends, your family, your favorite group of just wild animals that are minding their own business as some random asshole just decides to wreak havoc on them, I'd appreciate that as well. And as always, I'll see you as we continue our adventures in Pokemon Scarlet, the hidden treasure of Area Zero. Bye-bye!